7 years ago this week, an Ikarite named Janine brought the most delicious lentils ever to our house. I don't really know Janine now, and I didn't know her then, but I remember her lentils. Our third son, Giddy, had just been born. Janine brought food to us as part of Ikar's Chesed committee. 5 years later, to the date, Ikar's Chesed committee would make the journey again to our house. Giddy, our joyful, magical, sparkly 5-year-old, had died. And I've already cried 3 times tonight, so if I do it again, you'll forgive me. The past 2 years without Giddy have been like a slow trudge through mud. To call my heart broken is an understatement. To call my soul shattered is putting it lightly. To recognize that my life has changed and continues to change into a life that I oftentimes don't recognize is truth. As the moments have slowly dragged by, as I've learned to live physically separated from Giddy, I've been sitting here in this room almost every single Shabbat. And what I've seen as I've sat here, veiled in grief, activity swirling around me, is inspirational. From behind my veil of grief, I've watched our community take emboldened steps to cry out against injustice. I've seen phone banking, political canvassing. I've seen us become a sanctuary community. I've seen our efforts to raise funds for families separated at the border. I've watched us allow safe parking in our parking lot for homeless Angelenos. I've seen scores of Ikarites show up at rallies at the airport, at marches on City Hall. From behind my veil of grief, I've seen our leadership and our membership stand next to our Muslim neighbors, working together to try to salvage and celebrate what is left of decency in our country. From behind my veil, all while sitting week after week in this room, I've seen moral courage unlike anything I've seen before. And while Ikar is inspiring us to turn our world into the world we know it can be, encouraging us to pray with our feet and make change, it hasn't forgotten how to be decent and welcoming and loving to our families just as they are. To our B'nai Mitzvah kids who are allowed to connect with their Judaism in an authentic way, to our babies who are able to play at our feet while we pray, to my family who has been held up and supported by such fierce love that even our darkness seems tinged with light. How rare to find a community that at once sees you in love for who you are and yet simultaneously challenges you to be everything you can be. In these past 2 years, with the constant and painful and overwhelming missing of Giddy, Ikar has emerged as a strange liminal space for me, a place where I can feel utterly devastated and yet simultaneously uplifted, a place that speaks with authenticity and truth and yet also a place that holds vision and hope. To bury your 5-year-old is a special kind of hell that I wouldn't wish on any person. It breaks you completely. And even as you heal somewhat, you realize you will never be fully put back together again. My every waking hour now is spent focusing on life and death. My days are spent with 1 foot planted firmly in the land of the living and 1 foot planted firmly in the land of the dead. Yom Kippur is the stuff of life and death too. It is the day when we are asked to stand on the edge of the abyss and realize that we could die tomorrow. Guess what, friends? We really, truly could die tomorrow. Take my word for it. I visited Giddy's grave this week, decorated with My Little Ponies and fairies and bedazzled rocks that his friends made. This is real. We, all of us, stand at the edge of the abyss every single day. Tonight, I get to ask you to give to Ikar, and to give in a way that challenges you. You're in the $100 club? Amazing. What would happen if you gave $180? Were you going to choose the $1,000 level? Incredible. How about $1,800 instead? Are you putting your sticker on the $10,000 or $100,000 box? What if, just what if, you made that $18,000 or $180,000? Think about the gift you might give tonight, whatever that gift might be. Now consider giving just a little bit more. Just think about it. Ikar doesn't become this stunning holy space on the holidays out of thin air. Like all of us, it is constantly becoming, constantly emerging, with hard work, great love, deep passion, and yes, a lot of money. Ikar handles the stuff of life and death, real, serious, breathtaking stuff, breathing new life into our rituals, enriching our spirits with a Judaism that speaks to us, recognizing that Torah is alive and well in 2018 and has everything to do with our news cycle and our world events. Looking into our eyes and saying, we see you, and there is space for you here. How incredible that we have this space that sees us with all our broken parts, that sees the world in all its imperfections, and that says to the hungry neighbor, to the scared immigrant, to the grieving mother, we see you. Please join me in supporting Ikar this year. Shana Tova.